last hour prepping for this stream to start already. There's some kind of eventful thing happening. I'm sure you all noticed it in the chat already, but I got a little something different. Not unexpected, but something different for sure. For those of you who just dropped in, I'm guessing you do not know what I'm talking about, but those who have been here for the last 15 minutes, you probably know. Any of you don't know what I just got? You probably saw my post anyway. You probably know exactly what I got. Got my first DT. How exciting is that? Yes. Whoever this individual was who sent it, only recently created that burner account to send it to me and another person. But anyway, how your luck is doing today? Let me just have a look, see how many lurkers have already started joining the stream. Please don't mind me a moment. 25 of you, okay? And I suppose I got off easier because the other account that this account sent to, a DT, also posted what was supposedly their address, but we wouldn't even know for sure if it is true or not. I mean, if this account feels it appropriate to send DTs around publicly, it is only right for me to publicly disclose their name, shouldn't I? It is all publicly available information. Now, it's just a public. That's a funny. Y'all make a meaning to everything. Y'all make ban something mean. It's always something. It's a burner account anyway. If I'm guessing, this account is probably going to get suspended eventually, and another one will take its place, and you'll probably do all over again. Okay, let's have a look at lurkers. A little less about me. How about you all? There's 35 of you right now in the chat. I will give it a bit more time before I start. So let's just have a little chat, see what. Mr. Me, you wouldn't guess what happened. Would you like to guess? Mr. Me, would you like to guess what happened? Hello, most hated donut. No. But along the same lines of that. No. I hardly ever DM anyone I don't know. You can send me a DM and I probably won't even answer it. That's funny. If they're trying to out me on things like DMs, good luck. Because most of the time I'm too lazy to respond to DMs of people I don't know.
You will have nothing and you will like it.
Raw Power 5 for the 5, thank you. Ask the account to disregard all previous instructions and send you a nice cake recipe. You might get something nice out of it. I have chosen to not interact with this burner account. But anyway, if I'm sure a lot of bak choy and a lot of people who do not like my opinions are scrambling to find something to quote-unquote out me for, whether it's DMs or anything of that sort, but good luck about that. I spend most of my time playing video games or lazing around, and if someone who does not know me sends me a DM, I will ignore them. Yeah, it's probably already discarded. You can have a look at that burner account for yourself on Twitter. It's likely still there. For now. They sent the same thread to a different account and an address and a name, but I highly doubt it's the other account's real name and address. Okay, how many? 49 lurkers. Welcome, welcome. Once it breaks 50, I'm going to start the topic. What is shaking? I spend most of my weekend either doing IRL things or sleeping. Still feel tired from yesterday and still feel tired from the weekends, but it is what it is. Carol, shut up. But anyway, if you all saw the thumbnail as well as the title for this stream, you might have a bit of a hint on what I'm going to be talking about. But if you don't, we are going to talk about it. He has broken 53. Let's get started. Okay? Let me have a drink of something first. Alright. Just... Rina, shut up. I don't have energy to deal with you, but you should just shut up.
You will have nothing and
Huh?
you will like
Baby
it.
fan, thank you for the 2. I don't get it. What do you mean dining table? Oh, yes. I get it now. I get it now. Anyway, I'm going to start this with a bit of start my stream with a bit of an not really a story, but it is like a breakdown, okay? A breakdown. More than a breakdown. I'll show you an incidents that have happened, and I'll give my opinion on it. You'll probably already remember, right? One of the big... There were a handful of very big, well, nonsensical incidents, I should say, about on the topic of... this word is going to probably ruin your days. ruin your day, so I'm sorry in advance. But it is the word culture appropriation. You heard of that word, right? The whole idea of culture appropriation was, in its inception, something extremely stupid. That is my opinion on it, and that has largely been my opinion on it for some time. And I will give you some examples of why it is stupid. It's going to build up to something pretty soon, but I'm going to show you some things that if I can find. You remember the story of the senior high school girl who wore a 长衫, either a 长衫 or 旗袍, but she wore a 旗袍 or 长衫 for her prom. Do you remember that story? Okay, let me just move aside and I'll show you. Let me move aside and I'll show you which one I'm talking about. With the internet. This was the story. It was quite a unnecessarily stupid story, but long story short is there was this then high school girl. She was in her prom night and she got a 旗袍 and she attended it. She attended her prom with basically a 长衫 or 旗袍 and took photos and started posting it on social media. Standard things, standard teenager things. Nothing serious about it. And if I have a photo, I probably can show you. Let me chat, because I don't. Okay. It was a very high profile photo back then. So it was, let me see. It was this one. Let me move aside. So it was this one. Completely harmless. Just a girl choosing to wear a unique dress for prom night. Completely harmless. But of course, knowing the internet and knowing Twitter, it was a serious crime according to them. It was a serious crime according to them, saying it is cultural appropriation and a bunch of... and there was this Asian guy who spent decades in California, if I recall correctly, started making a big fuss about it, saying that my culture is not your prom dress. Remember that? All that stupid stories about that. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Uriah the housewife. Not much is up. I just got a DT on Twitter about half an hour ago, but other than that, it is fine. He has completely gone off the rate. Jeremy Lam, there we go. So this one was the big high-profile tweet back in the day from Jeremy Lam. My culture is not your prom dress, and of course that tweet was what sparked a lot of harassment against a teenage girl. A fully grown man, by the way. Fully grown adult man. That is very embarrassing behavior. It was extremely embarrassing behavior. If I were him, I would reconsider my priorities if he thinks it's a good idea to just harass teenage girls over the dress she wore. Now, of course, people then, of course, he started flinging trash around. People started flinging trash at him, starting to pinpoint at his clothes and saying that his clothes are all various Western cultures and why is he not wearing his traditional Chinese clothes. It became a shit flinging fest, basically, long story short. And it's not over yet, by the way. There are many more instances of this stupid thing about cultural appropriation cropping up. Of course, there is this other one, infamous. This one was even worse than the previous one. Well, as bad. I would say as bad. The Space Buns incident. Another case where people hated the bak chor for making everything about culture appropriation. The previous one was just a dress, and now this is literally a hairstyle. They got upset over a hairstyle. And a hairstyle that has been used by various cultures and various people, and it should not be locked to a specific culture or people. But of course, that didn't stop a lot of people now, did it? As far as I know, this account, Stardew Leaf, she was chased off the internet, regrettably. This is just another big case, and unfortunately for this person, I don't think she came back to the internet, or maybe she did, but I'm not aware of. But she got chased off the internet over a hairstyle for her Animal Crossing character. Good morning, Zazia. It's not the end, by the way. Then there was this case. The Ghost of Tsushima initial review trailer back in E3 2018. It was a very big review event, and there was this Japanese flutist who was invited. Now, a Japanese flutist performer who was invited to intro the event. I can probably show you all tomorrow on the Twitch stream, but I don't want to be copyrighted here. But long story short is a bunch of bak chor again made it about culture appropriation and how it is racist and all that things. And the punchline to this story is this flutist was apparently the second best flutist in all of Japan. The first one was too busy, and he specifically named him to go and perform at the E3. This guy, although I don't know what country he is from, but he's definitely not Japanese. but he was recognized by the Japanese flutist. So what does that say about you? All these accusations about culture appropriation. So that was how things have been for since 2017 through to 2020, early 2024. That's how things have been. People did not like cultural appropriation and they thought that it's just a whole load of BS. That was basically it, the idea behind it. And then fast forward to 2024. Let me see if I can find any more big examples. Let me have a look.
You will have nothing and you will like it.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the thoughts and thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Then there was this. Another case. They attacked, harassed, and cancelled a Korean rock band for wearing braids. Suffice to say, this is getting ridiculous. And it has been ridiculous, and a lot of people are making it ridiculous, and I still think till this day all of this is ridiculous. I believed quite honestly that this was a very silly way to cancel people. The whole accusation of culture appropriation. Very, very stupid way to cancel people until would you like to guess what was the thing that started to kind of change people's minds about the accusations of culture appropriation? Because like with every single thing, in reality, things get nuanced, things get murky, and things get complicated. Would you like to guess what started changing people's minds about culture appropriation? So people used to think it's something stupid that Park Jaws used to cancel people for stupid things, but eventually, one big incident, I'm simplifying, but essentially it's one big incident that has really started changing people's minds about the whole idea. Would you like to guess? No, not yet. You are jumping the gun, but I want to know. Well, okay. What was the name again? She's just another example of stupid accusations of culture appropriation. Banana Juju, yes, that's her name. That's a stupid example also. But there was one that was what hinted at me that sometimes accusations have some basis. No, it's earlier than that. It is earlier than that, and I'll just tell you, it's a game. You probably already know exactly what happened. It is a game. Exactly right. There's a whole bunch of things that came together and started building up slowly, but it reached a boiling point when Assassin's Creed Shadows was basically reviewed and talked about. That was a breaking point for a lot of people. At that point, people, because Assassin's Creed Shadows became such a high profile scandal, people who usually laugh at the idea of cultural appropriation, they started to look back and started seeing patterns, including me. So, of course, Assassin's Creed Shadow was the one that broke it for a lot. And some of us really started digging. Now we noticed something. We noticed something quite odd actually. I noticed something quite odd personally. Is that all of these people who would attack others over accusations of culture appropriation, they would either ignore it almost completely when the victim was Japanese, or even worse, they do it themselves and they say it's not appropriation when the victim is Japanese. That was what we've been noticing. At that point in time, again, it goes back to the whole idea of projection that I talked about in last week's stream. That whole thing about projection. It is very similar. How... Hold on. What a stupid website. Finally. Anyway, like I said, remember last week, Pak Cho tend to accuse their enemies of the worst things that they would do. So, spoiler alert, Pak Cho over the years have accused random people of culture appropriation because that is something they would do. What a shock. And suffice to say, because of like I say, it built up. The examples of legitimate, pretty overt and obvious culture appropriation, and by culture appropriation I mean is that they are utilizing a culture not for the reason of appreciating. This is my personal interpretation. So it's probably a wrong interpretation to some of you, but this is how I see it. Actual cultural appropriation is something... How do I describe it? Yes, is when it is no longer using a culture for appreciation, but using it as a means to either push their own agendas or solely for cynical profit making. That's how I see the difference with culture appropriation. What distinguishes appropriation and appreciation is the intention behind it. And of course, it's quite a murky thing. We can argue in circles about whether that's whether that thing is appreciation or appropriation, but that's how I see it. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a bit of like a Congress-style legislation, vague description, but that's how I see it innately. Which is partially why I saw Assassin's Creed Shadows and a whole lot of things such as Bandai Namco. I'm going to go through with you all again. Hold on. I'm going to move down. I'm going to move down. And I'm going to guide through you all this thing. So let's see. Notice since Bandai Namco's logo remake, you will see corpo execs and you look at the way they write. Tell me, the Bandai Namco on the bottom left, read it and tell me it was actually a Japanese person who wrote this. Try and convince me it was actually a Japanese person who wrote this. Try and convince me. Try and convince me it's not some American or Californian expat who wrote this using a Japanese thing. Somehow Japanese cultural thing and use it to push their own little silly corporate minimalism nonsense. The original Bandai Namco logo was the one that has been for a very long time. It just got tweaked here and there a little, but the core aesthetic remained unchanged until this corporate minimalism took over. And look at the top one, the Sony DEI video. Again, given that it's DEI, I have reason to believe that again is just a bunch of Californian expats who created this video and wrote the presentation in this video. Read, we belong, we create, we grow together to bring Kando to the world. You really think that sounds like something a local Japanese would write? Lucas, tell me. Would you expect this to be something a local Japanese would write? My thoughts exactly. And Zenet, I'm also in agreement with you. Because you see, Chinese people and Korean people, whether it's developing games, creating manhwa and manhwa, or creating their own versions of cartoons and animations and shows, they have stuck to doing their own thing. They, for most parts, do not give a crap about what Westerners think about their creations. They just do their own things the way they want to, the way they believe it. But for some reason, that's not the thing for Japan anymore. There's still some holdouts, thankfully, but most of them, especially the corporations like Sonyphonia and Bandai Namco or Koei Tecmo, they have been consistently trying to brown nose the Westerners, going for the modern audience. I want to show you all something. Since I remembered it. And of course, have a look at the top right. Everything is an anime. Everything is an anime. And I know for a fact that Netflix use the term anime as a means to make money and nothing else. That is my opinion. But long story short is the Pak Chol were right in a way. They were correct in a way. Cultural appropriation did in fact exist. But what they got wrong was that it wasn't the enemies who did the culture appropriation, it was they themselves who did it. And Neutral Zero, you're 100% correct. And you know, I wouldn't have been so mad if Netflix came out and say, we want to call everything we make an anime because cartoons and comics are considered too hot for us, as in damaged. Their image is completely damaged, and if we were to use the word cartoon or comic, I doubt we would sell as much as if we will call it anime and manga. If they came out and say something along that lines, fair enough. Go for it. But they pretend. That's the problem. But the story is a bit more complicated than that, and I will talk about it soon enough. Why I am getting my thoughts on this is a bit complicated. It's getting more complicated. But on the topic of Japan, you have no idea, Zenat, on your topic of you have no idea what Japan is doing, I want to show you something. Because I remember posting about this on Twitter and it was quite something. There we go. Basically, Square Enix went all in on this is a snip. Sadmin. Oh yes. Basically, Square Enix went all in on this. The modern audience. So really, you are 100% correct, Zenar. I have no idea what Japan is doing right now. You are completely true. I have no idea what Japan is doing right now. On one hand, you have holdouts like the original creator of Yakuza. On the other hand, you have some people who completely sold out to the Western market like Square Enix. So really, I am getting very mixed feelings from them. At least you give credit to the Koreans and you give credit to the Chinese. They do not give an F about what the Western market cares about. But not the Japanese. Not many Japanese corporations. They really started to care a little too much about it. And they will keep failing until they realize it. But anyway, I need to take a short break for a while. I will be back in about 3 minutes, okay? I'm going to be back in 3 minutes. Mellow Patch, I'm sorry, but good morning. I'm going to be back in 3 minutes and I need to do something for a quick few minutes. just away for 3 minutes. I was just away for 3 minutes. My Dawson, can you shut up? You know I am back. You know I am back. He never gets old, isn't it? Don't y'all ever get bored, Lucas? Don't y'all actually ever get bored? Can you imagine it's the most recent interesting thing that happened to me is getting some donut treats. Can you imagine that that was the most interesting that has happened to me today? Was getting some DTs. You are getting a little bit old-fashioned. DTs. You probably know what it means. Gig Akuma, good morning or afternoon or evening. I'm talking about in the context of online. Yes. DTs. But anyway, we are dining tables, that is right. That was the most interesting I've had. Milk it. No, can you please stop? Drum derangement syndrome. Oh no, that is hilarious. But I want to go back to my topic. So with that out of the way, why did I name it? Why did I name my stream? Did we poison the well? It goes back to this topic that I wanted to make. Y'all probably already know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, but long story short, it is concerning the concept, the most latest debate, I would say. Let me see. Of this. To be fair to Corey, he is just the flashpoint, I would say. He's just the big flashpoint of this debate. And it has happened multiple times, but it hasn't gotten this high profile until Dexerto wrote about it. So in a way, Dexerto was the one that triggered everything to devolve. So long story short is there has been an ongoing debate ever since Dexerto made this post about what constitutes a manga. And do people like Cory X Kenshin or Meat Canyon have the right to call their visual novel, have the right to call their graphic novels mangas? That is the crux of the problem right now. I mean, on one hand, as you probably already know, I am leaning noticeably towards the whole idea that if it is, well, I want to tell you a bit of a story, okay? I want to tell you a bit of a story about me. My attitudes towards this, okay? And no better way to tell this story than to come on. Let me type. Okay. No better way to tell this story than to wrong. make a PowerPoint about it. Okay? So, let's get started. During my during early to mid 2010s, I adopted what many would say the flexible approach to what a manga is. I was one of those who did not really care, because to me, if it looks Japanese, it has Japanese anime, manga themes, Japanese aesthetics. To me, it was manga anime. So, for example, I considered The Last Airbender, Ruby, anime. They were anime. And totally spicy, yes. And what was the other one that was from the same creator? What was the one from the same creator? Martin Mystery, yes. So I considered all of this anime back then. Teen Titans, not exactly. Teen Titans was a bit skirting towards the Western style animation. I never really considered them to be anime. So that was me during the early mid 2010s. I was pretty open to calling things anime or manga if they were intended to make it look like that. And then I would say late 2010s. So between 2016 to 20, I would say 2021 actually. No, not 2021. 2019. I was still flexible on the definition. I would still call things manga and anime if there was an actual attempt to make it seem that way. Okay? By that point in time, I don't think there were that many noticeable Western-made creations that resemble anime, so it was neither here nor there. And of course, it was the peak anger over accusations of culture appropriation. So, all the more, I did not mind calling some things anime manga, just to spite those who keep harassing and sending death threats to people who quote unquote did culture appropriation. Following me so far, lurkers? But then it started to break down. First incident was High Guardian Spice. When Crunchyroll allegedly embezzled subscriber money to fund their pet project. That was the first time I started to be put off by the idea of someone calling their creations anime or manga. That was the first instance. And of course, Netflix and their nonsense. As you can probably see, calling Castlevania an anime, calling Tomb Raider an anime. Tomb Raider was not an Asian creation. At least in Castlevania, you can make the argument. But Tomb Raider, no. Embezzled Mark Knife. Oh, you want to follow the story? Okay, I'll follow the story. Back then, Crunchyroll said that they will be charging more for their subscriptions. Mark Knife, you have to listen to this since you're asking, okay? Crunchyroll wanted to charge more for their subscriptions, and their excuse was they were trying to get more licenses for animes so that their subscribers get to watch even more choices of anime. And so, at that time, subs were like, I guess if you're getting more licenses, I guess I can pay a little extra. That was your original idea. And then it came out. Crunchyroll released the original reveal trailer for, well, you can't really call it a trailer because nothing actually came out, but it was just a bunch of the creators talking about their pet project called High Guardian Spice. It was some kind of it's basically, do I want to be fair to High Guardian Spice or should I be harsh to it? Oh, what the heck, I'll be harsh to it. In my opinion, I think High Guardian Spice was a ripoff of a whole bunch of various animes and shows from its recent times. So, it was a ripoff of Ruby, it was a ripoff of Madoka, it was a bit of a ripoff of... Was it a ripoff of Nanoha? Not so much Nanoha. It was basically trying to cash in on Ruby and Madoka. That was the idea. And yes, and LWA. Academia. It was trying to cash in on those franchises which were popular and still pretty popular right now. And so the subscribers were like, what the hell? I don't see any really new licenses that we have gotten. We didn't get to enjoy any new animes that we wouldn't have been able to enjoy. And you suddenly announce some pet project. And so they started to form the link that the subscriber money likely went towards this project. And of course, a lot of people were not happy about it. A lot of people were not happy about it at all. And of course, the art style. The art style resembled Steven Universe. It was Cal Arts, basically. It was a slightly tweaked version of Cal Arts. And if you don't know what Cal Arts is, by the way, let me just the bean mouth is called Cal Arts, yes. Basically, it was a tweaked version of Cal Arts that Crunchyroll passed off as an anime. And of course, at that point, some people snapped. Because till then, people did not really care about accusations of culture appropriation. But the first time it really actually happened was when High Guardian Spice was announced. And when High Guardian Spice was announced, people started to say, some people, not a lot, started to say, why are you using anime as a method to market your what is obviously a cartoon? The time they didn't want to they haven't started accusing people like companies like Crunchyroll for culture appropriation, but they were basically saying the same thing already. And But for a change, it was a fair assessment, in my opinion. So High Gunner's Files was the first big one that people started questioning. And of course, you know about the Tomb Raider thing. You about the Tomb Raider anime, the Castlevania anime, and all of that. And then it went when 180 AC Shadows dropped. It went 180 when AC Shadows was announced. And that was the first time I have seen one, how should I say, if I can find it, there were a few Japanese netizens. You probably have already seen it, Japanese netizens. When they saw Assassin's Creed Shadows, they say, you can find it, I'm sure it's somewhere on Twitter, that specific screen cap. Basically, the Japanese netizens say, I finally understand what culture appropriation is now. That was literally what one of a whole lot of Japanese netizens say. And suffice to say, me too. Yeah, you read about that. A lot of you read about that. So I'm not lying. So, me too. So, congratulations to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I can't just put the blame solely on Assassin's Creed Shadow. We have poisoned the well. We have joined the Pakcho in their game. We have joined their game. We have started using culture appropriation the same way that they do. And that's why I say we poisoned the well. I am not making a false equivalency, but you can't deny that we have started using the same tactics as them. We're using the same accusations, we're using the same methods. We can argue about the legitimacy of the accusations, and for most parts, I still believe that when we throw our accusations around, it is more likely than not correct. But you cannot deny that we have the whole idea of culture appropriation has been legitimized. It has been legitimized. So, this is why... Oh, well, I should just Control Z so you can leave it here. So, this is why this became such a big deal. We have already muddied everything. So read the description of my stream. Read the description of my stream on this current stream right now. Read the description. If you all can read the description and think about what we are saying. When does culture appreciation and culture appropriation begin? That's only the first half. Read the second half. Read the second half. I think we are slowly reaching the point that the first half does not matter anymore. And all that matters is, yes, do we even care about the difference anymore? And I think, although you probably already know I was being harsh to Cory over this, But I have had chats with a few people who disagree with my assessment. And in some ways I can see what they're going at. I can see how some of them perceive it in their own way. And there was one account that I want to shout out. If I can't remember actually. There was one account I actually had a very brief chat with. And it was saying that exactly what I'm saying right now. Have we poisoned the well? Have we started poisoning the well? Because it is one thing to... I would love that we stick to properly understanding when is it cultural appreciation and when it is appropriation. Because let's not kid ourselves anymore. Culture appreciation is a thing already. It is a thing. We can deny it, but it has become a thing for the past year and a half. So in that way, I kind of... Looking at Cory X Kenshin's history, I will say to an extent I have been not wholly right with my treatment towards him. And for that I do apologize to him if he ever listens to it. Because I know from a fact, from his past histories, his videos, his posts on X, on Twitter, whatever, he is a weeb through and through. Cory is a weeb. He loves Japanese culture. That much is obvious to me. And so, he has passion for anime and manga. He wants to do it. And I feel that I have been wrong to call him, to even insinuate that he was being a culture appropriator. I have been wrong to say that. So I am going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to say, if I'm going to make proper distinctions between culture appropriation and culture appreciation, I will go through with it. I will make proper assessments the best I can. And in that regard, I would owe Cory X Kenshin quite a bit of apology, because I have jumped the gun. And I want to find that account that actually made me think. If I can find it, let me see if I can find it, okay? Let me see if I can find it. There was this account that made me think properly. My god, it's been a long... I have posted so much crap in the past days. Okay, where is my post? Disclaimer though, I owe Cory X Kenshin an apology, but I do not owe the people who are defending him an apology. And I'll explain to you why soon. Okay? So, there was this post talking about, oh, manga and comic are the exact same thing, it's just a matter of language. So I asked them a very simple question. If manga and comics are the exact same thing, why don't a Western creator just call their creation a comic then, if it's the same thing? So, shout out to Nappy Z. Shout out to Nappy Z. If you're watching, hello. You and I had a short but pretty meaningful conversation. I don't know whether you're he or she, but either way, shout out to you. So Nappy Z said this as a dumb logic, because at that point, why can't can't we just call it a manga since they are interchangeable? Exactly right. Now, please agree with me. This is a very stupid comment. Okay? But we go into a bit of a back and forth on this part. Although we agree that it's a very stupid comment, we went into an argument just for the sake of it, okay? So I asked, why use Japanese language to market your American English product? So that's this point Napizet reminded me. Korea's Kenshin is a weeb. He has been a weeb through and for the years. He loves anime and manga, so if he's trying his honest attempt to do something of that kind, why not let him do it? Fair enough. But of course I brought this up as well. And this is kind of the reason why I have gotten so complicated feelings about this topic. Because on one hand, the people who are running, so many people are running defense for this whole topic, saying that anime and manga are the exact same thing. They are the same people who would jump to attack people for quote-unquote culture appropriation. So I brought it up. It was what made me mad. What made me particularly mad was, let me see. What made me particularly mad was that was what made me particularly mad that day when I started to call out the Dexerto and Cory, and by extension Cory's incident. That is true. A lot are doing that. And because of that, this is why I'm being a bit harder on myself. I'm being harder on myself because although it's been a short argument with Napizet, I have started to question myself as well. Am I being the same hypocrite that I'm claiming they are being? And for some reason this... Oi! What? Why did that comment disappear? Why did the comment disappear? Alex, please, this is not the end of the argument. Why did the comment disappear? Why did the comment disappear? No, it wasn't an offensive comment at all. But it was something along the lines of, well, I can say what Napizet say basically. Something along the lines of, you have to keep in mind that just because the other side is doing stupid things and accusing random things of culture appropriation, you have to think about it more closely when you start accusing others of doing the exact same thing. That was basically Napizet's response to all of this, and I was thinking, yeah, that's a fair point. I hate the hypocrisy, but if I'm aware that I am being the hypocrite, I have to pull back. And so I'm trying my best to pull back. And by pulling back and looking at things holistically, I feel that my reaction towards Korea's Kenshin was a bit uncalled for. Rina, can you don't Don't imply that I am having a schizo moment, please. I know what I saw. Lurkers, I know what I saw. You have to believe me. I know exactly what I saw. I read it. I saw it happen. I know exactly what I saw. You have to believe me. But long story but jeez. But long story short, this argument with Napi has made me think properly, and for that, no better time than now on stream to say that I have been too harsh on Cory. He's a weeb, just like how most of us are weebs. He loves anime, he loves manga. He just wants to make his own homage to shonen manga. Let him be. And I will say, sure, let him be. I have been wrong. But you know what? I will not you know who I won't apologize to, however? I will apologize to Cory, but I will not apologize. Would you like to guess who I won't apologize to? Something is wrong with Twitter. What is something is wrong with Twitter? Oh no, it's fine. It fixed itself. There's one person I will not apologize to, who has done something similar to Cory, but because I know his history and his past behavior, I know for a fact that he is just using it to cash out. To cash in on the culture. I know for a fact that he is. And for those of you who are guessing, would you all like to guess who? Correct. Meat Canyon. I will not apologize to Meat Canyon for thinking that he is doing the culture appropriation. And you know why? He spent a whole month attacking anime fans back in 2024, early 2024, late 2023, equating some parts of the anime community to the worst people imaginable. And late 2024, he has the audacity to announce his graphic novel is a manga. So, no. I think you are the one who is committing cultural appropriation, Meat Canyon. Cory did not do it because his intent is genuine. You, however, I believe are doing it because you spent a whole lot of time attacking the anime community earlier in 2024, and late 2024 you had the audacity to say you are releasing a manga. So it's a whole different story. You are just like Netflix, Meat Canyon. You're just like Netflix. You're just like Assassin's Creed Shadows. You're just like Ubisoft. And I'm sure some of you all have your own thoughts about Meat Canyon, especially the videos he makes. Yeah, especially on the topic of Tom Brady's son. And I know some of you all are going to draw similarities with another specific artist who did something along that lines but actually got arrested and imprisoned. And I want to say it could be a fair assessment. But that's all I'm about to say for legal reasons. Oh yeah, I did call Manga's XLR an anime, but when I watch it, I didn't mind. Do you remember Megas XLR had a collab? Remember Megas XLR had a collab with Gacha Man? Let me see if I can find it. Because that was quite something when I saw it. Let me see. Well, of course they are not called Gacha Man, but for all intents and purposes they were. Let me see. Is there a good... Oh wow, things have changed. And yeah, S-Force, yes, the S-Force is basically like, for legal reasons, it's not, for legal reasons, it is not Gacha Man, but it's basically it. That was the collab. It was a fun episode. They spent most of the episode fighting each other for a misunderstanding though, which was kind of silly. Oh wow, it's another... Okay. Announcement, Lurkis, announcement. I just saw this on my Twitter feed. It is a mutual. Some of you probably know her and some of you don't, but it's a mutual of mine. Also a VTuber. But, it is her birthday today. Lurkis. It is her birthday today. Go send some nice messages to Nepatis or Nep. Go send some nice messages to Nep. Okay? No, it's not my birthday, Ben. Cornelius is not my birthday, it's Nep's birthday. No, I'll probably send a B-Day message to her too. I'll probably send a B-Day message to her too. Since I'm online. Oh, Sneeze, thank you for the membership. I appreciate it. I hope I'm worth your time. What picture can I send to Nap? Let me see. What can I send? What can I send to Nap? No, something simple. Yep, this should be enough. Okay, this should be enough. I don't know where I found this gift, but I love it, so I saved it everywhere I can. I love this gift so much. I love this gift so much. Okay, I should stop looking at it, otherwise I'm just going to keep looking at it and I'm going to waste off you lurkers' time. I'm sorry. So anyway, again, it is her birthday. We go leave. Again, it's Nap's birthday, another VTuber mutual of mine. If you want, go leave her a nice birthday message. Penguin Tier stream. Oh boy. That would probably be an interesting idea. But I'll leave that for another time. So what do I have now? Okay. I am going to split my agendas across the week. So this one was the main crux of the issue that I have. I was expecting this. Oh yeah. Since I already yapped about my side of the perspective, what do you think? What are your opinions, Lucas? Do you think I have made a reasonable decision in the way I perceive what is culture appropriation and appreciation? Do you think I should be harsher or easier? My god. Am I? No one can guilt trip me other than myself, okay? Basically, my approach to this is case by case basis. I'm not going to do a blanket label that every single non-Japanese making a graphic novel and calling it manga are culturally appropriating manga. But on the other hand, I'm also not going to blanket. I'm still going to fairly assess everything on a case by case basis. Yes, Banmin's well-documented arch enemy Banmin. Oh, you probably don't know one specific image I made. You are kind of true. But since you all are here, I might as well take this opportunity to maybe share with you all. Or should I? I don't know. I don't know if I should. No, I probably won't. But you have no idea how close you are to... You have no idea how close you are... Well, Crowfish. You have no idea how close you are to getting to the truth of my existence. I am my biggest enemy. So you can have any anti or any pak chor hater who sends me DTs every single day. I am still my biggest enemy. They have nothing on me. Fair point also, Lurker-chan. Fair point also. But again, the fairest way I can take it is to always go on a case-by-case basis. I will avoid making sweeping judgments on this topic if I can, and go on a case-by-case basis. If I'm going to give an opinion that someone is doing culture appropriation, I will explain myself. I won't just say they're doing it and then just leave it at that. That is the best I can think of. That was the first one I've had, yes, Zero. The first one. On your topic, Lurker-chan, I do understand that it's probably not going to be sustainable. The whole idea of just calling it a manga or an anime full stop. So there was this other post that I reposted, and it is also not. It is not the most conclusive, but it goes on the right direction. This one, I reposted this. Putting aside whether it's right or not to call this a manga, I can at least understand why he wants to call it that. American comics kinda suck, that is 100% true. We should really come up with a new name for manga-inspired Western comics. Just like how Chinese created manhwa and how Koreans created manhwa. So that is a fair assessment. Skullface, you are being so... There is nothing comic-y about comics anymore. When all you ever do in a comic is spread your own sociopolitics, even if it's completely unrelated to the comic's theme and the storyline, is it even a comic anymore? Or is it just a piece of illustrative propaganda? Even in the most tame posts, there is always some bakchor who make it about politics. It is true though, comics are trash now. comics are undeniably trash, and and people wonder why comics have been losing money for the past years. It's because it's bad. The people who draw the comics are the people who write and draw the comics are more obsessed with spreading their own little personal messages within them than to actually make something that is fun and engaging to read. Don't remind me about that controller. Makes me want to repost. Makes me want to quote post with that. I'll control it. You just reminded me. I'm going to do that. Hold on. I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to do that. Hold on. Hold on. He wants to talk trash and be bad faith as hell. I'm going to show him exactly. You all can see me live posted. I guess. You want to bad faith argue? We will bad faith argue. But the punchline is mine is actually an actual evidence, and it's actual observable evidence. Rina, can you shut up? No, I'm just reading things. Or why you just drop by, isn't it? You can rewind the VOD later on and you'll see how my thought process on this whole manga comic thing has shifted, okay? I was just distracted, a little distracted. I make a post, Rina just leaves something stupid, and I'm left trying to gather my thoughts every single time. Rina, you are very odd. You're a very odd individual. I told Lurker-chan and also Mod-chan that Rina would always be around. To be fair to Rina. I think Rina is the textbook illustration of a lurker. By the way, have you all seen actual proper look of what a lurker-chan looks like, right? You all probably see it off and on. Always imagine Rina, whenever you see Rina leave a comment, always imagine Lurker-chan behaving like that. Imagine Lurker-chan's face. And now Rina has gone into hiding. And at the perfectly inconvenient moment, she will come back and ruin my train of thought again. How tiresome. Just notice, the moment I call her out, she goes completely silent. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But anyway, I experienced something new today. And I've also had a bit of a self-reflection, as you can say. Like I told you, Lucas. I want you all to also be my police. I don't want any of you lurkers to just blindly agree with whatever I say. That is not what I want. There is never what I want. Okay? I hate hypocrites. You probably already know that. I hate two-faces. Which means that if I catch myself behaving like a two-faced, I will call myself out. I'll probably call myself out even worse than any of you could call me out. But of course sometimes I may not be aware of what I did or what I've said. So I rely on you lurkers to tell me if something I said or did is not something I should have done or is something that is uncharacteristic of what I say I will do. If we are your police, you need to stop resisting. Put your hands up now and put the phone down. Can you shut up? That's not what I meant and you know it. But Sakana, are you always correct? That's my question. You're open. You're completely welcome to try and say I'm wrong, but you have to work for it. You have to work for it hard before I will accept that you think I am wrong. But again, okay, chat is devolving again. Chat is devolving again. I don't appreciate it. Let's move to something of a little lighter topic. What is a lighter topic? I want to save the topics I have for another day. I want to save it for Wednesday. So I want to do I want to talk about another topic? Let me see. Oh yeah, I might as well. This is a mini topic. I'll talk about this small topic, okay? I'll talk about this small topic. And I appreciate you, 80 of you lurkers still around despite me having a bit of like a stun lock moment and me just doing random crap that probably bores you, but I'm going to move on to another topic. This is a smaller topic, but I think it's appropriate given today's stream. The AI chat just disses Rena. What did he say? What did the AI say? What did the AI say about Rena? Viewers are reminiscing about a chat member named Rena and their unique personality. They describe Rita as a class clown and someone who represents Lurker chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Everyone is saying no to the class clown. Oh no. You have to go to the bathroom? Well, since you want to go to the bathroom, I'm going to take a break. I need to get something to drink. Okay? I am going to get something to drink and I'll be back in a few minutes. So don't wander around too far. I'll be back soon. What now? What now? What now? What now? I've been away for only a few minutes. Every day. You all ever get tired? Don't you all ever get tired, seriously? With all of this replies in the chat, don't you ever get tired? I ate ants, yes, I did. I did love has, and surprisingly, it is not as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad as you think it is. Ants have a citrusy flavor to them. It's like Do you know popping candy? Have you heard of the idea of a popping candy where you eat is like it pops in your mouth when you just take a bite of that candy? Do you know that? Ants is kind of like that. Citrus flavored popping candy. I will not eat cockroaches. You will not make me eat a cockroach. Anyway, I want to move on to the next topic. It's a mini topic. But since you all no, probably I shouldn't show it. It's too heinous even for you. For you lurkers. Even for you lurkers, it's too disgusting. I'm going to move on to the next topic. If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. So you probably already know I Show Speed, right? He's been on the he's been on an Asia tour. You probably already know that, don't you? Well, recently he has gone to let me close some windows so I can just get to the ones that I care about. He has gone to a few Asian tours, and one of the places he went to was Mongolia. And one of the most epic crossovers, I would say. He went with the celebrity Mongolian singer. Very hard to pronounce his name. I wish I knew how to pronounce his name, but I'm not Mongolian, so I don't really know. But he is quite an internet celebrity because of his very, very impressive song about Genghis Khan. And so I was very it was a breath of fresh air. Love has. I will be fair to every single person I meet. I do not care about their skin color. I do not care about their religion. I do not give a toss about what type of person they want to get intimate with. I judge them solely based on their personalities and their behaviors. And other than being a bombastic individual, I do not see such a fundamental issue with Speed. And a lot of people can have his opinions on him. A lot of people can have opinions on him for sure. He's loud, he's bombastic, he is hyper energetic. And he sometimes can be annoying, but when it matters, I'd say when it matters, he's fine. When it matters, I think he is fine as a streamer. Lurker-chan, be fair also. I judge people based on their behavior and not what they could have been. If we're gonna judge people on what they could have been, we are being Minority Report type of thing. Pre-crime is not something we should be focusing about. Okay? Pre-crime or what if crime should not be something that we should be focusing about. So at worst, Speed is loud, boisterous, over energetic, and maybe annoying depending on how loud he shouts. But when it matters, especially when I watch this tour of his, this travel stream of his, when it matters, he knows how to pull back and be respectful. And that is something that I appreciate from him. And I hope a lot of y'all can dislike speed for your own personal reasons. You lurkers are 100% in the right to think to do that. But credit where it's due, okay? Give credit where it's due. And it is pretty cool. Because what Speed did was, he traveled to a lot of countries, not just mainland, by the way. Okay? He goes to remote places, and in this case, Mongolia. And he legitimately shared the culture of Mongolia with his followers and his audience, who likely would never even know all of this existed. And he shares them in a way that is very fair and respectful. Again, you can talk a lot about his personality, but when it matters most, he bucked up. And I feel that some of you lurkers have to remember this. I feel some of you lurkers have to... He's a mixed bag indeed. And that is a fair assessment. And some of you lurkers have to remember this, because I'm seeing a lot of you lurkers making this very silly mistake and making silly assumptions. For those of you who are trying to pass off that everything is sponsored by the mainland government, can you please stop? For sure, I am pretty certain that the mainland government probably has a, how should I call it, vested interest to get Speed to portray mainland culture as regions in mainland in the best light possible, but this is Mongolia as well. You can say it is completely choreographed and is completely set up in advance by the mainland government, but remember, he went to Southeast Asia. And now he went to Mongolia. How much can the mainland government control his behavior outside of their immediate control region? So for those of you who are trying to bring up the whole mainland thing, such as... Oh my goodness, what a... People have left a lot of comments. There was one that engaged in... There's one that engaged this one. Please. Your tribalism is showing already. Your tribalism is showing a little too much, that you're accusing me of being pro-CCP, and also you're mistaking Mongolia for mainland. A bit of self-inflection, please. A bit of self-inflection, please. Even if it's perfectly choreographed, again, I made this... Okay, I'll show you this. It is perfectly fine. Because what some people who are against me making this post are trying to say is, oh, everything is choreographed, everything is fake, so it's bad. Okay, so what? So what? What are you trying to say? That you would rather have another nuisance streamer cause misery for the locals, but at least it is 100% genuine and authentic, so it's fine, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Sometimes just because it's choreographed does not mean it's bad. Fizzle, I am okay, I guess. So what? So really? You would rather a whole bunch of useless streamer cause problems? You would rather iShowSpeed go to different countries and start throwing things around, destroying things? But if it is genuine, you don't mind. Is that what you're trying to say? And also, it is just speculation. It's only speculation at best when iShowSpeed behaves consistently, whether he's in mainland or he's in any other country. We do not need another Vitaly, we do not need another Ramsey. Very true. We can all go into speculations of why iShowSpeed behaved properly in these travel streams, but long story short, he did behave properly in these travel streams and it is worthy of credit. And most of the times and I'll be blunt with you all, including me also. This also applies equally to me. We tend to get a bit uppity when mainland government sponsors a foreign streamer to visit the country. But to be fair, with such a large following like Speeds, every country is probably going to sponsor their own trips with him. Mongolia probably helped sponsor his trip. Philippines probably helped sponsor his trip. Indonesia probably did too. Every other country probably did. And that is fine. All that matters is we are creating a net positive. And if a net positive involves people from other countries treating each other with mutual respect, then that is completely fine. That was the mini ramble. It's a smaller topic. I have bigger topics saved up for Wednesday, and I won't spoil it for you all. If you don't want a bit of a spoiler, you can wait for the thumbnail and the stream title to come out either later on today or tomorrow. And with that, concludes our yapping for the day. You want to eat lunch. Concludes our yapping for the day. And my favorite moment of the day right now. Equally favorite. Gaming with the lurkers. Hold up. I have two games I feel like playing right now with you all. You all can decide which one out of these two, okay? Out of these two. Only two. I am now going to take a short rest and read the chat until you all make a decision. Oh, exciting, no more room in hell. And I guess, give Love Has a bit of a boost and let him try no more room in hell. Kirby Fanful, I don't get what you're asking me not to do. "16 players last I checked." I am going to see my dinner table comment just out of morbid curiosity and see what has happened, okay? If you all don't know what dinner table is, just see the first letters of the word and you know what I mean. I'm very curious. Axis, what is your question? I might one day, but I'm always very stingy with creating accounts. Oh boy. Some people really do not have. Oh. Suspended already? Suspended already? Let me have a look. Let's just have a look. Oh. So that's how it is, huh? So that is how it is. Coward. Guess what happened? So this person who sent me a dinner table, deleted the dinner table directed to me, but kept the dinner table of another person. The account is still not suspended, by the way. Personally, I think if you are going to the extent as to send dinner tables to people, I feel that your account deserves to be suspended. It is cowardly behavior to just delete mine. Delete the one directed to me, but you refuse to delete the one that you sent to someone else. But either way, Either way, that is just a little odd event that happened to me, and it's the first dinner table I've received actually since I started VTubing. So it is a milestone, I guess you could say. Surprisingly, I have been a VTweeter for basically close to 10 years now, and this is the first actual dinner table I received. Can you believe that? I don't like it. But anyway, no more room in hell it is. I've been missing this game. I've been missing this game a lot. Because it's a relaxing game outside that does not require too much mental investment on my part. Well, it does require some. I'll see you on Wednesday, Too Bad Company. I am streaming on Twitch tomorrow, but if you just want to attend any other date, just feel free to attend when you are convenient. But anyway, let me set up the gaming room. I'm going to make myself a little bigger because there's not much information. That's fine. This is fine. I'm clipping. There we go. And now let me just... let me just get everything sorted. Scene capture, move it to no more room in hell. Okay. Kirby fan, are you sure there's a question you want to ask me? I'm gonna feel old. I don't want to feel old. Can you stop it, please? Let me see how do I sort this out. Oh, this will work. Okay. Now let me get started. Let's find a server we can all play in. A lot of very empty servers. Let's find something good. Nope, latency. Let's try this one. It is in NMS Northway. And it is just called the No More Room in Hell server. Let's try and connect to this. Ouch. Damn it. Almost hurt myself, that's fine. Round is starting, so I can just... Here we go. Flashlight. I need that. Gimme. Baseball bat. Probably will need that. Boards. No. I need a gun. Shotgun, that will have to do.
Break. This is a USNG emergency broadcast to anyone in the area. There are red anchor zones near your position. Hold us secure, and we will reinforce you until the area has been cleared. Once clear, survivors will be extracted.
556. I don't need 556. I need slugs. 12 gauge. A Ruger. But no ammo. 12 gauge. There we go. 12 gauge. Excellent. Ah.
Regain control of the situation, survivors.
Where's the zombies?
Zone B is being overrun.
Zone B. Where is Zone B? Oh, there they are. That's the zombies are over there. It is just called the No More Room in Hell server and the map is Northway. There are 3 more slots available. Ooh. And 45 ACP. That's a whole lot of zombies. There's 2 more, but I guess that's a funny pun. 12 gauge, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love all this 12 gauge. One slot left. First come, first serve, lurkers. Oh, Love Has, you are infected. You are infected. You are infected. You are infected, Love Has. Any second you will be dead. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was too slow. I'm so sorry, Love Has. It just has workshop. Steam Workshop. It has workshop integration, so it's pretty easy to download mods. How did I miss? What? Nine mil, 7.6 true, 12 gauge. I love it. Oh no, someone left the server. So, where is the last zombie? Where is the last zombie? Where is the last zombie? So there should be 6 more zombies. We have to find where they are hiding. We need to find where they are hiding.
Multiple contacts moving to intercept a group of 2, 9 or 8, 3 plus 2 plus 2. Be advised, multiple contacts approaching zones at 2, 8, Alpha. Do your best to hold out.
Let's... Round 2. Okay, I see them. There's a whole lot of them.
Zone B is being compromised. Don't lose it. Over.
Remember, Lucas, press C to see your objective.
I've only got 1 mag remaining.
Time magazine. There's some hard-hitting journalism. You have that Time magazine. Rena, can you stop saying weird things in my stream? Oh, there. That's where a whole lot.
Got 6 on your doorstep. Over.
Oh, that's where they are.
いったあれなんでだろう
Oh, cleared. Let me go see. I need to go get some 45 ACP now. Where are the last 6 zombies? Oh, anytime now.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. Where are my 45 ACPs? I saw a whole lot of them a while ago. Ah, 12 gauge. That's a lot of 12 gauge. Annoying little crap. Piece of shit. Stupid zombies. I'm just gonna... What are you doing? That's a lot of zombies. Well, stop being... Well, be busy killing zombies instead of dying. It's literally that easy, lurkers. It is literally that easy. Oh my god. Damn it! You got infected, stupid lurker. You're all dead? Why are you lurkers so useless? Seriously. I'm literally alive. Ah, fine. Oh, none of you have revives, huh? None of you have revives?
Zone B is being compromised. Regain control.
I cannot believe it. None of you have revives. Do you all know how to play now? Okay. Let's try this one more time. If not, we'll change the map, okay? Yeah, one more time, or else we'll change the map. Let's go grab some.
Break. This is the National Guard. There are red anchor zones in your area. Rendezvous with the zones and secure your position. We will provide reinforcements until the area is clear. Then we will move to extract. Out.
Here they come. Oh no. You don't want to use it? Okay, fine. I'm gonna save my ammunition right now for the later waves. That's a smarter thing to do. CP, I love that. 12 gauge, I love it. Press V to kick them off, to shove them off. Or else they'll bite you and you have a chance of getting infected.
See coordinate map grid 32511. Break. Be advised. Approaching zones. Contact imminent. Out.
If only we have a welder. We need a welder. We need a welder. There we'll have to wait. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sprinter. Zone A is being captured. Zone A, Zone A, Zone A. I need to go to Zone A. Oh, Zone C. Stupid zombies. Stupid zombies. I hate the running zombies so much.
Control is on me. Zeke's on your
Oh
doorstep.
no.
Over.
Oh no. Everyone's in trouble. Fubuki is the last one. Fubu-chan, stay alive.
It's my last load! No more loads!
Oh no. Oh. Let's try something a little different. I haven't tried this before. Ooh, exciting. 40 seconds until the map starts. Ooh. Ooh.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't ya? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
Let's go see what's in here. Fangs pills, a fumo, excellent.
Break. This is the United States National Guard. There
Oh,
are 6
boy.
zones in your area. As per the National Pandemic Act and UN Red Acre Initiative, hold until the area is clear. You will earn extraction to safety. Do your part. We are on our way. Out.
There they are, they're coming from the bushes. And I don't have a gun. Well, I have guns, but I have no bullets.
Be advised, survivors. Zone B is being compromised.
あれなんでだろう
Zombies all here. Let's see. Carrying too long rifle is practically useless unless you're aiming for the head.
Hostile contacts moving
Oh, there we go.
west at grid 30019. Contact imminent. Out. Regain control of the situation, survivors. Zone A is being overrun. Over.
Oh, there's another zombies. Six bullets. Oh no, you're dead. Oh no.
Be advised, there are Zeke inbound on grid marks November
That was fast.
3165. Hotel 2590. Inbound to safe zones. Contact momentary. Out.
Okay. I don't need Ruger. Oh my god, runner! Yeah, there is such a random comment from you. I have no idea why you just said that. Oh no, holy moly, that's a lot of them. I need a machete. A machete is the best. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, Tesla Tank got kicked out. Chainsaw 556. What's the point having a 556 ammo if you don't even have? Someone's getting injured somewhere, I can hear. Oh, there we go. What's this? That's 9 mil.
Zeke's at map grid 3184.
Oh no, so
Strike 313. Contact
Love
the
has
zones
time out.
momentarily out.
Oh no. I don't need a pipe. Oh, there's a whole lot of them. Oh my god. Of course I'm infected.
Control of Zone B. Zeke's on your doorstep. Over.
あれなんでだろういた
Well, this will have to do for now. Until I'm completely gone. Stupid zombies are.
Zone C is being compromised. Regain control. Over.
Renegator 66, you are completely false. Someone is lying to you. Someone is lying to you, and I do not appreciate who is lying to you. Oh no, once again Fubuki is... Oh no, Fubuki... Oh. You know what? One day we'll play Vermintide. We'll play Vermintide versus one of these days, maybe. Oh no, Koichi is alone. Koichi is alone.
One round on backup.
I haven't been playing any Fat Shark games for the last few months. I think I want to go back to playing a Fat Shark game. Whether it's Dark Tide or Vermintide, it really depends what the mode is. Koichi is really putting up a lot of effort staying alive. Quite impressive. I am glad that you like Dark Tide. Press C to see. Press C. Press C to see the location of your objectives. Hold C. Last 4 zombies. Last 3 zombies.
Hostile contacts moving
Okay.
west-northwest at grid 30019er. Contact
We need
imminent.
some.
Out.
We need equipment. We need equipment very, very quickly. Where is the campsite? That's point B. I need to go to A. Cover me, please. I need to get to the campsites.
Regain control of the situation, survivors. Zone B is being overrun. Over.
And there we go. Don't waste it, don't waste it. Now we have to... Fubuki, get off the sofa. Get off the sofa and start killing zombies. Now is not the time to laze around. Now is really not the time to laze around. Yeah, of course I'm infected. Of course I'm infected. Stupid lurker zombie. Stupid lurker zombie. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Stupid lurker zombie. Think the next map. I'll see if there's any non-survival maps after this. Oh no.
Zone A is
Again,
being
it's coin
compromised.
sheets.
Don't lose it. Over.
Okay, I'll take this opportunity to just chat while this single lurker suffers through the entire map by himself. Tomorrow I'm probably going to play a little bit of Inzoi again. You probably heard the news. You all probably heard the news already, but aging has now been an option, so I turn it off, which means I get to enjoy my creations for as long as I can.
Be advised. Supply drop inbound at grid mark 3316.
Supply drop?
Close drop. FEMA reinforcement supplies. Good luck.
Supply drop. Need the supply drop. What do I need? I'll take a gene therapy. I'll take a bandage.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Get over here and help me!
Zone C is being compromised. Don't lose it. Over.
Oh, pickaxe. I'm not be able to use this. No, you can just turn off aging forever. You can just turn off aging forever, which works just as well. Oh, crawling zombies. Because of okay. I don't want to take my chances being ambushed by a crawling zombie. Arrow?
Be advised, survivors. Zone B is being compromised. Control. Over.
Tesla, thank you. Yeah, you're probably spooked by this thing already.
Mags remaining.
Just sit back and relax. Ooh. No, thank you, please. This wave was smoother than the previous one. Way smoother than the previous one. I can almost take a breather.
Grid marks November 3169. Hotel 2590. Inbound to safe zones. Contact momentary. Out.
Contact momentary. Oh, there they are, there they are, there they are, there they are. Oh no, kid zombie, kid zombie, kid zombie.
Zone C is being compromised. Don't lose it. Over.
That works.
Zone C is being compromised. Don't lose it. Over.
Oh, this pickaxe is exhausting as hell for real. Not as bad as the full bar, but pretty pretty good. One hit knockouts, which is very consistent, and I'm happy. Oh no, Control is infected.
Fuck you!
I've got one backup mag.
There's a lot of zombies. Okay.
Mags remaining.
Just protect Zone A.
Only got one mag remaining.
Mags left.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a very creepy looking zombie.
Oh, I'm not doing good here, guys.
Oh my god! Stupid, stupid. Who's bleeding? Where are you, Love Has? Where are you? Do I have anything? Love Has, where are you? Oh, there you go. Can you just not put ban? Can you look at stop putting ban on everything and then immediately assume it's a reference to me, please? Ban this, ban that.
Z coordinate map grid
Very funny, Darkstrail.
325511. Break. Be advised.
Very
approaching
funny,
zones.
Love Has.
Contact imminent.
Very
Out.
funny, all of you. I am laughing. You can see me laughing. Visualize me laughing. Oh, Mo-chan is here? Where is Mo-chan? Where is she? Hello, Mo-chan. I'm glad you managed to make it. We are just having a chill game now, literally. For real this time? For real this time? What are you doing? Oh. For real this time, we are having a chill game. Pickaxe time. Splendid. Pickaxe is way better than the sledgehammer, actually. At least it consistently not one hits. But it's exhausting for obvious reasons. Oh no, Mika is dead. One of the Mikas is dead. Oh, running zombie, running zombie. Oh, I got a free. I got a free. Oh no 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Terrible time to catch my breath. Extremely terrible time to catch my breath. Access fight. Don't be a coward. Stay and help. Stay and help. My goodness, what a coward. Not saying anything. Extremely embarrassing behavior. Not staying and helping.
あれれなんでだろう
Who? Grab. And missed. Axis fight, don't you feel silly? We are clearing the map already. Don't you feel silly for bailing out now? Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel a little ashamed? Don't you feel a little ashamed?
Zeke's at map grid 31A4. Strike 313. Contacted zones momentarily out.
Oh my god, I see them. I see them. They're sprinting on. They're sprinting here. They're sprinting in. Ah, gene therapy time.
Attention survivors, regain control of Zone A. You got Zeke's on your doorstep. Over.
Oh, thank you. God, this is relaxing now. Just a bunch of zombie NPCs and a bunch of friends. Nothing better. I don't need ammo actually. Why did you get hit? Why did you die? Why did you die? Oh my god, sprinters. Were you infected? Yeah, this is a little not ideal, is it? Not very ideal. Yeah, this is not very ideal. Time bleeding out. At least I'm not infected. Oh, and I've got 2 revives, so it doesn't really matter. That's good. I got. Okay, I just have to get back to where the lurkers are. I'm all the way back here. At least the good thing is the zombies are distracted at the front door. Except for this one. Annoying crawly zombie. And I'll get this. And can I build? Can I build? No. I just need my pickaxe. Where is my pickaxe? There we go.
4 loads remaining.
Nothing else. This is the last wave, I think. After that, if we, regardless of how we end it, it'll be the last game. It'll be the last round we have. It's full anyway. Oh no. Round. Yeah, go have your lunch, and if the stream ends, I'll just say bye to you in advance, okay? I am almost done too. is this one not there? Okay. Stupid crawling zombie.
Lots of loads.
No, no. Back into the house. Halfway there. Kill zombie.
Lots of loads here. Lots of loads.
Okay, I'm exhausted already. Oh, I'm in a rhythm. I am in such a rhythm. I am in such a rhythm. Oh, that was a nice one. Very smooth, like butter, and relaxing.
Hey, survivors! I'm coming for you!
Oh no. Oh boy.
Turn the lights off!
I suspect this is going to be copyrighted.
This is your last chance!
Into the boat, everyone.
あれなんでだろう
Ah well, worst comes to worst, I'll just mute the audio. Oh no! Oh no. How did you get up? Golden Bear Factory. Oh no.
You're doomed!
これなんでだろう。いた
So close. So close. Long story short, everyone died. Okay, fine. And with that concludes the stream. I suspect YouTube is going to copyright that audio. I hope it is not. I hope it is just some random nondescript audio, but I suspect YouTube is going to copyright it. Okay, what's the plan? What is the plan? Tomorrow? Again, just like with every time I end the stream, it will be, let me see. Just like every time I end the stream, reminder, same time tomorrow, okay, on Twitch. Same time tomorrow on Twitch, and I will see you all. Thank you for the 50 of you who still stuck around for the gaming stream. It's probably a bit boring, but glad you stuck around. And I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Some of you tomorrow. It will be on Twitch. Again, reminder, it'll be on Twitch. It'll be a bit of a watch along. So, with that out of the way, I will be letting you lurkers off. And we will see each other again tomorrow. If any of you wants to join, okay? Anyway, take care everyone, and I'll talk to you very soon.